What are you doing on Tuesday the 26th of September 2023? Because myself and Francesca Amber are coming to the Barbican Hall in London. Our event is called One Night Stand, and this one night event is all going to be about manifestation, crystal healing, and ridding your limiting beliefs to help you achieve your goals. We've curated an immersive experience that will leave you feeling inspired and empowered. Throughout the evening as well, we'll also have interactive exercises, we'll have empowering discussions, and the opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals on a similar journey towards personal growth and manifestation. There'll even be an opportunity for you to ask questions as well. This event is your chance to break free from the shackles of self-doubt and unleash your inner greatness. It's time to release those limiting beliefs that might be holding you back and step into your true potential. And if you want to come on your own, by all means do that. Single tickets are available and seating is totally unreserved, so you can even meet up with your spiritual friends and sit with them as well. Head to @CannyCrystals on Instagram and click the link in my bio. Tickets are limited, so secure your spot and be part of this transformative experience. Don't miss out on the chance to manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. We can't wait to see you there. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Canny Crystals, the podcast. I hope that everyone is well, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today, and also thank you so much for bearing with me. Oh my god, what a week it's been. So, as you've probably seen, and if you listened to last week's episode, you'll know all about this as well. But Monday, my new website went live. No, it didn't. Sorry, I'm telling a lie. Monday, my website went down for 24 hours. That was to allow the website and IT geeks, website and IT geeks, bloody hell. Anyway, the website people, the lovely lads at the IT company, that would allow them time to kind of harvest all the data. So to export all of the products that are currently on my old website and then to import them into the new website. And then move across like all the delivery pages and the information about shipping. And then it was going to be a case of turning the payment methods on one by one and testing them. So we were going to have to go through like Visa, Klarna, ClearPay, PayPal, you name it, whatever you pay with usually online. We would then have to test them out with different products. And then there was obviously the difficulties of the digital products as well. So because obviously if you buy a digital product, you're not paying postage and packaging. So it was getting all that set up. And no sooner had the website come online, it'd only been online on the Monday this was like 2 hours after I said, don't buy anything for 24 hours. 2 hours after that, we had just turned on one of the payment methods to test and people started buying. And don't get us wrong, I loved it. And I was like, I'm not shutting this off to the universe because I want money to come in constantly. But oh my God, we were trying to test things. And I noticed that one of the customers had bought something that has been out of stock for months. And I was thinking, that's weird. Thought nothing more of it. Really wished I'd looked into it then. But yeah, as the time went on, Tuesday, I obviously launched the website properly. There's still a lot of things to do, which I will talk about as well. But I started packing orders on Tuesday morning, and I was due to go to see Coldplay in Glasgow on the afternoon. So we were setting off at about dinner time. And I noticed that all of the orders that I was packing, I was thinking, I sold this months ago, and this one-off crystal here, I sold that months ago, and I haven't stocked this book for ages. What a nightmare. I ended up refunding about £400 worth of like orders straight away because I just couldn't fulfill them because it was stock that I'd sold months ago. So I was having to apologize to people left, right and center, and I was like, oh my God, please sort this out. So the website people were like, don't worry, we'll re-import all of the products and things like that. We'll sort it out for you. Get yourself away to Glasgow. So off I am in Glasgow, and I had said, I'm going to actually tell this story. I had said to myself that morning, come on, universe, my new website is live. What did I say? Something like, send me that dollar bill, y'all. Something like that in an American accent. And that was the worst American accent. I'm sorry to American listeners. Send me that dollar bill, y'all. A bit of a country Texas accent there. And as I got to the hotel anyway, we were just waiting for the lift, and I looked down at the floor and there was $1 on the floor. Like, we're in the UK. Why would you ever see $1 normally? And it was literally like facing me, like all shining and glistening, as if I was meant to see it. And I was like, this is from the universe. I knew it, so I picked it up. I've kept it. I know it's just $1, and I did say dollar bill, but yeah, it was $1. I couldn't believe that. So anyway, there I am in Glasgow, ready to chill, ready to go for some nice food and drinks, and then go and see Coldplay. And one by one, my world started crumbling. People started messaging in their droves. And when I say people started messaging, at one point I had something like 170 messages. And I was like, this is unusual in the space of like a couple of hours. And it was you lovely lot telling me that you could no longer access subliminals. Oh my God, what a nightmare. So yeah, don't worry, it is all fixed now. But for anyone that had bought subliminals in the past and had not downloaded them, when they were clicking their link in their email to basically listen to it, it was taking them to the new website. But because it couldn't find the file, it was just taking them to the homepage and not doing anything. And that was the same for the crystal course, the downloadable journal that I do, everything. So yeah, I was on the phone to the website people in Glasgow with no access because I just took my phone. I thought I'm going to have 24 hours off away from my laptop and away from my iPad. And that 24 hours was so stressful because I was trying to do everything on my phone, and I kind of wished in hindsight I had took my laptop, but never mind. It's all sorted, like I say. And then just when I thought it had been under control, obviously I'd been to see Coldplay, come home, packed orders, got them to the post office. I received a text message saying I had a voicemail from 4:30 in the morning, and it was a really, really disgruntled woman that was calling Canny Crystals a scam because she had tried to purchase something and it had come up with an internal error at checkout, whatever that means. And she had then clicked again process and it had come up with the same error. So she tried PayPal and it went through third time on PayPal. So she actually got charged both of those times that it said internal error. Obviously, it's a new website. Obviously, there was going to be teething problems. The IT people knew exactly what the issue was straight away, and it was fixed within seconds as soon as I mentioned it to them, and we've not had a problem since. But that one woman screaming, leaving a voice note, a voicemail, calling Canny Crystals a scam, oh my God, that caused a headache in itself. I had to then apologise to her. I've refunded her. I've sent her order out for free. What an absolute mess it was. But yeah, it's all sorted now. So if you want to go and check out the website, please do. cannycrystals.co.uk. Check it out. Have a look at it. It is a work in progress. So there are some filters there that you might be able to see that might not have anything under them just yet. So what I'm aiming to do is I want to have, say, for example, like all of my Howlite. I want Howlite to be tagged under anxiety, depression, that kind of thing, so that when you're searching for something to help with anxiety or depression, you can click a button that will say depression and tick that and click filter, and it will bring up all of the crystals that will help you with that. So that is a manual process, okay? Because all of these products, these 900 products that I stock, they've all come across, but they've come across with no data. So I obviously then have to go into each individual product, and take all of the kind of benefits. I also want you to be able to filter by chakra. I want you to be able to filter by spiritual benefit, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Even color. So if you wanted a white crystal, you could tick the box white and it would basically come up with everything. And I know it's a massive job, so please bear with me. I'm hoping to get it finished within the week. But the other night, it's a brand new system that I'm using as well. So the other night I sat there for about 4 hours and I thought, oh, I'm making really good progress. And I got to the bottom of the page and it said page 1 of 48. So I've still got 47 other pages to go. I'm going to spend all weekend this weekend doing it and tagging chakras and stuff like that. So hopefully this time next week we'll be in a better position and you can go on my website and you can filter by chakra, you can filter by spiritual benefit, you can filter by color, and everything will be harmonious and everyone will just love the website and it'll just be amazing. So yeah, go and check it out. All of the standing discount codes and things like that, they're live again. So you can use podcast if you listen to this podcast for 10% off. And I promise you that there are no more glitches in the system. The IT company have promised me and said that is it. They knew exactly what the issues were as soon as I basically said it. So yeah, it's been a bit of a stressful week for me. I did manage to have 24 hours off, like I say, to see Coldplay on Tuesday. And yeah, it is now Thursday night though, and it's 7 p.m. and I'm still sat in my office because it got to like 6 p.m. and I was like, oh my God, I still haven't recorded my podcast for this week. So I don't have any notes this week. However, I am going to talk to you all today about chakras because it's something that I get asked about all the time. And I know I did an episode really, really early on and I described the 7 chakras, but I didn't go into any detail about what it means when your chakra's blocked and the energy in your chakras and how you can help to move that energy around, that kind of thing. And even like meditation wise, like how can our chakras kind of benefit us in meditation? So I want to go into a bit more detail today about that. So I hope that's all right with you. Like I say, I haven't got anything planned. So I've just quickly done a little half an hour Google research as I normally do. Usually my research for these episodes is like 3 or 4 hours. So this might be a very brief episode, but we'll go. So let's talk all things chakras. So as you might know, the chakras are kind of subtle energy within the human aura, okay? So we've got this electromagnetic field of varying vibrational frequencies that are often called our luminous body, okay? So traditionally there are 7 principal chakras, and these are the base chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakras, okay? So through these chakras, the energy that flows is kind of a great benefit to our health, especially in stimulating and fine-tuning kind of actions of the endocrine glands and major bodily organs and stuff like that. And these glands will produce hormones, which in turn affect the whole body, really bringing about like a balanced state of health and mind. And just like we talked about last week about decluttering the home, and what I'm going to talk about today is kind of decluttering your chakras. So we know that decluttering is really, really healthy for the mind and the soul and the body. And decluttering around your chakras is going to release all that stagnant energy and be able to like renew it and bring about new energy. So I want to start at the bottom of the body, okay? So we're going to talk about the base chakra. So the base chakra, basically, it's kind of where your pubic bone is. Is it your pubic bone? What's that bone called at the bottom of your spine? The very, very last one. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's kind of like there, just above like your bum crack. So just like the base of anything, it's all about grounding. And the color of this chakra is red, okay? So it resonates with kind of red light frequencies. And the element of this is associated with earth, because if you think of a tree, for example, the tree's roots, that's the base of the tree. So it's all about grounding and things like that. So if your body kind of feels ill or you've got an unbalanced base chakra, that suggests that the basic needs of the body are not being met, okay? So an indicator might be that your spine or your legs or kind of your blood cell rejuvenation might be affected, and that can result in a compromised metabolism. So it's kind of like, you know, the couch potato effect, and an increase in weight, for example. So when there's excessive energy around this chakra, that's kind of like when it's spinning too fast, that can lead to kind of aggression, you know, like just like feeling like nasty. And then when you're deficient of the energy around that, so that the chakra is spinning slowly, that indicates kind of a lack of confidence, low willpower, depression, a kind of a lack of interest in sex, and a lack of grounding. So your kind of affirmation to get that to basically balance that chakra again would be something like, I seek balance and harmony within my life. And you're balancing that chakra by grounding. So The perfect way to do this really is to lie down on your back somewhere warm and comfortable, but don't go to sleep. So obviously you want to get into that meditative state. And you could listen to my grounding episode that I did a few weeks ago where I talk about like your body coming in contact with the actual ground. So taking your t-shirt off or wearing a pair of shorts or something like that. Just close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, kind of release that tension on the out breath, and then start and breathe normally and just start to journey through your body. So just doing a bit of mindfulness. Begin with your feet, work your way up the legs to your hip, kind of relaxing each part muscle by muscle, okay? And then you'll just feel this kind of wave of relaxation rippling up in the front of your body as your spine kind of softens and then sinks down. Then you relax your neck, you feel your arms, your hands and everything becoming limp and heavy, and then relax your jaw. Just smoothen the muscles of your face and let any activity in your brain slow down. And then when you want to finish, just gently move each part of your body in turn and slowly sit up. That's called Shavasana in yoga. And if you've ever been to yoga, you might have done a Shavasana at the very end. What's what they usually do for the last 3 or 4 minutes. When I go to Josie's yoga, for example, she does that for the last 3 or 4 minutes, and it's just such a nice way to ground, just to kind of relax and refresh. And it's really good for all of the chakras, not just your base chakra, but it's really, really grounding for the base chakra to rebalance that energy. Then the next chakra up is the sacral chakra, and that sits round about where your pubic bone is. If you think about where your pubic bone is at the front, so if you were sat cross-legged, it would be about there. And the colour for that is orange, okay? So the element of that is sustained by the natural element of water, and that's kind of just below your belly button, so it's sitting on your pubic bone, and that just helps us keep well by constantly bringing subtle energy vibrations into our body. And these are part of the electromagnetic fields that I was talking about earlier. And the sacral chakra is kind of linked to the flow of liquid in our body. So the glands that it stimulates are the adrenal glands, which are involved in responses to stress, you know, like through the fight or flight reflex, and when the body produces additional hormones, that kind of thing. So in a really desperate situation, that might save your life, but if this reflex is constantly triggered by little issues, it's going to make us prone to physical dysfunctions. And it's a vital chakra to balance our levels of stress and ultimately our mental and bodily wellness. So if you're looking to release anxiety and stress and worry, then the sacral chakra is the one that you're going to want to balance yourself. So when this chakra wheel is spinning really fast, it can lead to becoming kind of over-emotional and overthinking. You can become aggressive again, manipulative, overindulgent, and kind of like being greedy almost, if that makes sense. And when your the sacral chakra wheel is spinning slowly, your deficient energy would suggest like oversensitivity, kind of resentment and distrust and guilt. So an affirmation that could help you here would be, I will approach whatever challenges life gives me with joy-filled actions. A little activity that you could do here to kind of bring your sacral chakra back into normal rhythm would be to kind of do some relaxed belly breathing. Now, this is something that we all should really do from time to time, but we all are so tense around the sacral area because we all constantly breathe in, because society says that we've got to be skinny and things like that, and we constantly breathe in. I mean, just listening to this right now, think about how your tummy is sitting right now, because I know even mine, I've got mine pulled in naturally. If I let mine go, there we go, it's out. I've got my tummy out. Not out literally in my office, do you know what I mean? I'm just like letting it go. I'm not pulling it in. We are so tense around the sacral area because we do this. And it's something that, if you think about babies, for example, so babies, they'll have their nappy on. They've got this such like huge round tummy, and it's lovely. Yeah? Because babies aren't conditioned to breathe and pull their tummy in a way that we are to look good for others. So this exercise involves just getting your belly relaxed. So just kneel down, sit comfortably in a simple cross-leg position, and just rest your hands on your belly. Start by slowly inhaling and exhaling to a count of 10, and then repeat that 3 times. You'll feel your belly rise and fall with each breath, okay? So then with each incoming breath, push it down to the deepest part of your lungs, and again, you'll feel your belly rise. Visualize kind of channeling that orange-colored light into each breath. Okay, so when you're color breathing in that way, it's often helpful to picture the colored light as a flower. In this instance, like you can think of like an orange marigold or something like that. And then just continue for up to 5 minutes and just try to sense your sacral chakra. You might feel some heat or some vibration, okay? And that's how you would basically do some belly breathing. The next chakra up is the solar plexus chakra. So the color of this is yellow, and it's all about the element of fire, okay? And this sits round about, if you put your hands on your chest and you go down and you follow to where your rib cage ends, it's kind of round about there, okay? So just below your sternum. And basically, to balance this solar plexus chakra, kind of think about like the sun. The sun symbolizes the supreme cosmic power and potential within us all. And it's that fire in your belly, yeah? So if you think about like, you know, when you always say like, oh, you've got that fire and that determination, that's what the solar plexus is all about. And it kind of reacts to anxiety and fear. And you know, when you feel something in your gut, that's where your solar plexus is, okay? So kind of when you think about it, this chakra, we can take on the thoughts and emotions of other people, or they can consciously withdraw energy from it, and that causes us to feel vulnerable. And when this is spinning really, really fast, that can lead to becoming judgmental, a workaholic, a perfectionist, kind of resentful of authority. And when it's spinning really slowly, it signifies like depression, insecurity, fear of being alone, and kind of poor digestion. So when you want to bring this to like a balance, basically, you want to think about stress, okay? So we need to stress less. So stress is an attitude of mind that kind of contributes to serious diseases. We know this, we've talked about it in previous episodes. But people who regularly practice yoga and meditation, they've got lowered stress levels and they've got improved health, okay? So just make a little special time for yourself each day. So use some deep breathing or body relaxation technique for like kind of all over chakra balance, and then just review what's really important in your life so that you don't overreact to petty events, because it's all about like I say, that fire in your tummy, and you react things on the spur of the moment like that. So you've got to look after yourself. You've got to take time to do whatever it is that you enjoy, okay? You could do Tai Chi or yoga or just anything like that. You could try out a new sport. You could just be in nature, just like really tuning into nature. That's one of the best things that you could do, okay? And that will really, really help you to rebalance your solar plexus chakra. Then next up is the heart chakra. I don't think I have to explain where the heart chakra is. It sits right in the middle of your boobies. And the color that resonates with is kind of this green light. So when this chakra is imbalanced, you're going to basically find deep relationships difficult. You're going to find that you lack energy, or your heartbeat might even seem too fast, okay? So when this chakra wheel is spinning really, really fast, that can lead to being demanding and kind of overcritical, being possessive, being moody, being depressed, and just to give and only love when the conditions are imposed. And when it's spinning really, really slowly, you're going to lead to indecisiveness. You're going to hang on to objects or people. You're going to have that fear of rejection, okay? So there are a few ways that you can bring this to balance, okay? So even just by being generous and compassionate and showing gratitude, being outgoing, being friendly to people, okay? Growing toward loving unconditionally. That's how you balance your heart chakra. So you've got to love yourself. We know this. RuPaul tells us every week. You know what I'm saying? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? That's 2 Texas accents in one episode, and I won't be doing any more. So a really good affirmation that you could use here is, within my open heart lie the answers to all my questions. And that's going to really allow you to explore your heart chakra, okay? So an activity to do here would to be the love. And a simple strategy to kind of cultivate unconditional love is to imagine yourself in another person's place. So what would your wants and needs be then, okay? So reflect upon that, and that lets the heart chakra blossom, because the symbolic lotus petals will kind of unfold to receive even more love and light. And not only does that nourish another person or creature, but it also nourishes you at a profound spiritual level, okay? So sit comfortably, close your eyes, visualize and breathe deeply, and just imagine that you're sat in a forest, you've got your back against a tree, you're becoming one with the rich green of the tree's leaves, okay? You're breathing that green color into your lungs and your heart. On exhaling, you're letting the green breath take any emotional pain from your heart back into the earth, okay? Now then, see a perfect pink lotus bud in a still pool of water. Find that you can open up many of the petals because you know that each one represents something that you now need to release, okay? And then finally, increase your radiance with a loving burst of golden light directed to yourself and others. And that'll basically help you to open up your heart chakra. The next chakra up is the throat chakra, okay? So the throat chakra, the color is predominantly like a turquoisey blue. That's all about communication and verbalizing words and things like that. The throat chakra is obviously located in the throat. I don't think I need to explain that. One of the ways that the throat chakra kind of purifies and assists in the development of meditation and spiritual wisdom is through words, communication, and actions. So when it's spinning really, really fast, that can lead to becoming overstimulated, arrogant, dogmatic, and kind of talking excessively about yourself. And when it's spinning really, really slowly, that means that you're being basically over fearful, inconsistent, unreliable, manipulative, that kind of thing. So we really need to work deeply with this sound chakra, okay? We need to tune into the subtle vibrational fields around us in the natural world, kind of the sounds of nature, because that's the music of the soul, okay? An affirmation that you can use to help with this would be, I communicate with clarity and I sing with passion, okay? And a really, really good way to help you clear the throat chakra is by using crystals. So turquoise or chrysocolla, they are both turquoisey blue in color. They are really, really good, okay? Because so crystals can be used in various ways to balance kind of our energy that flows through the chakras. And certain crystals have an affinity with particular chakras, okay? So if you kind of using that turquoise, that chrysocolla color, that's going to really help open up your throat chakra. And have you ever seen like Buddhist monks and things like that? They chant Om. They go Om. This is exactly what they're doing. They're realigning and refocusing, recentralizing their chakras with sound, okay? So you can either stand up or sit down. Just become aware of your inner peace and inhale deeply. And then as you slowly release the sounds, as you exhale, just stretching your mouth and your jaw muscles, just kind of and just notice how the sound moves from the back of your throat to the front of your mouth, okay? Kind of strengthen the experience by repeating it like a few times. And just remember to enjoy the silence in between each one. You don't have to hurry them like what I did just there. Then the second off last chakra that we've got is the third eye chakra. And that's really, really like a deep blue, okay? And it's located with the aura near the middle of the brow. So if you think about where your eyebrows are, it sits right in the very middle, okay? So when this chakra is spinning out of control, that can lead to being religiously kind of overly proud and manipulative and susceptible to the inappropriate kind of ego. And when it's spinning really, really slow, that means that you're oversensitive, you're non-assertive, you're unable to distinguish between your ego and your true higher self, okay? So to bring this in line, one of the affirmations you can use is that my inner eye reflects my inner light. And when you think about the third eye, it's literally right in the center of your forehead between the brows. You've probably seen it on films and things like that, like when the third eye opens. Yeah, it's about that. But one of the ways that you can help to relax your third eye and kind of bring the chakra wheel into alignment and spinning at a steady pace is even just to light a candle and to concentrate on a candle flame, okay? So this is just a 10-minute exercise that you can do. And by concentrating your focus on a candle flame, you're going to boost the brow chakra, okay? So you're going to sit comfortably in a cross-leg position or on a straight back chair, whatever. You're going to light your candle. You're going to place it about 30 centimeters in front of you, okay? You're just going to get still. You're going to look at the flame without blinking. And with complete attention, you're just going to stare at that flame for a few minutes. You're going to then close your eyes afterwards and kind of watch the image in your head that appears at the center of your third eye until that disappears. So you'll have stared at that flame for so long that even when you close your eyes, you're still going to be able to see the image of it because it's going to be burned into your third eye. not literally burned in. Don't get too close to the candle, please. And then you're going to open your eyes, and you can either repeat that or you can blink a few times, and you'll probably see it still etched in your mind. And I think that's just a really, really nice way of being able to train your third eye. And then last but not least, we've got the crown chakra. So the crown chakra sits maybe 2 inches above your hair, above your head. And the color of that is kind of violet. Okay. So it helps to keep us well by constantly making subtle energy vibrations available to our physical body. And without that kind of chakra transmuting and stepping down these vibrations, we wouldn't be able to absorb them, okay? So when it's spinning out of control, it can lead to frustration and migraines and restlessness, kind of showing that we are overloading this chakra, perhaps in a spiritual sense, by not putting in the groundwork and trying to run before we can walk. And when it's spinning really, really slowly and it's deficient of energy, that signifies indecision and a lack of joy in your life, okay? So an affirmation that would be good for that would be, whenever I choose goodness and wisdom, I open to my full potential. And one way that you can bring this back into line and exercise your crown chakra is to use aromatherapy oils. And I've done an episode on aromatherapy before, I know I have. But pure essential oils kind of represent the highest vibration of plant energy. So it's more powerful than grown plants or the herbs themselves. But using essential oils, you can easily tune into the life force energies of that plant. And these oils are extremely compatible with expanded human consciousness, and due to their potency, it's important to use them wisely. And I spoke about this in a past episode. So you could vaporize them with water to create a beneficial fragrance in a room. Like I say, I've got an atomizer here that I sit on my desk. I love it. My office smells absolutely beautiful because I put in different fragrances every day. You can put a few drops of essential oil in a bath water just to calm yourself down. Just select the appropriate balance and oil for the chakra in question, okay? And then just spend 10 minutes breathing in the fragrance. You might prefer to use essential oils for a massage, in which case you could dilute them before you use them with a bland carrier oil, such as almond oil or grapeseed oil, that kind of thing. And then you can massage them into your skin, and then you're carrying that fragrance with you all day. I tend to put little bits of them around my neck, for example, just so that I've got that scent and that smell, and it's constantly going up my nostrils, just so it's working its way into my body. And that is your 7 chakras, with a little exercise for each one to help you basically to bring them into alignment, bring them back into balance, stop them from spinning out of control, or basically speed them up if they're going really, really slowly. And if you're interested in finding out more about chakras, you can visit my website, cannycrystals.co.uk. Don't forget to use the podcast code, which is the word podcast. And I sell a book for £8. It's only £8. It's called The Little Book of Chakras, which all this information was lifted from. And it's got lots of exercises of how you can balance different chakras, how you can use crystals to balance them. And it's also got the newly emergent chakras. So I talked about the main 7, but there are actually, I think, 4 or 5 more that have newly emerged in the 21st century. So yeah, I've just realised that I've rambled on for over 31 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this episode up. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I'm really sorry that I didn't have anything planned. I hope that you can forgive me. It's been a hectic week, as I spoke about at the start. I'm hoping to do a little website restock over the weekend as well. Just to also mention that Friday, the day that this goes out, Friday the 26th of August, Royal Mail are on strike. Whoop-de-doo. So the post office is open. I can still post all your orders. However, Royal Mail are on strike today, Friday the 26th of August. They're also on strike next Wednesday, and it is bank holiday on Monday. So please don't order next day delivery, because if you do, it's probably not going to get to you until Thursday anyway. And if you've ordered and your order is already dispatched and it's on its way to you, please be a little lenient, given that there are 2 days on strike and 1 day bank holiday as well, that they will not be processing orders. But for everyone else, head to the website cannycrystals.co.uk. Don't forget to use the podcast code, and I hope that you all have a glorious week ahead. Like I say, I'm hoping to get this website restock done over the weekend, so there'll be lots of nice new crystals and things on there. They're just sat in boxes right here waiting to be uploaded basically, but I just haven't got time to fart. So yeah, see you all next week for another episode of Canny Crystals, the podcast. See you all next week. Bye. come and join me in the Manifest with Mart community. For just £10 a month, you'll get exclusive access to my app and you'll join all the other beautiful souls in the Canny community, where each day you'll be held accountable to making your dreams and desires come to fruition. You'll also be set daily and weekly challenges. There's a chat room built in so you can talk to people in real time, and you can also pop over any questions that you have in the Q&A forum and I'll answer them for you. It's changing people's lives, and we've already had so many people manifesting things in the first 2 weeks alone. Each new moon, I'll also be going live within the group on a face-to-face video to help you get the most out of the lunar cycles, as well as answer any burning questions that you have. And these live meetups are so powerful, and everyone in the group has had nothing but praise for the safe space that we share. There are very limited spaces for this community, however, just to ensure that I can place my focus on you and nurture you into the ultimate manifester. So if you'd like a spot, please be quick and reserve your seat now. Head to cannycrystalsacademy.co.uk and choose the Manifest with Mart option, where you can get instant access, and what's more, you'll also get access to all of the past recordings and chats too. Join now and start living the life of your dreams.